Hey guys, I love you guys so much. I thought I would make a video. I'm all bundled up in my bed. So I just was called to make this video because when you wake up and you're going through the spiritual awakening, you're going to go through phases where it's like a roller coaster and it's like up and down, and there's parts of the awakening that you're like, wow, I really feel like I'm getting the hang of this. I'm really feeling in control of my life and of myself, and I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting the universe. I'm trusting the guidance that I'm given. And then you're going to go through periods where, everything has to fall apart in order for it to be built up again. And the old self, the old you, the part of you that you're finding a comfort in, this new person that you're becoming, it's almost like the universe pulls the rug out from under you and you find yourself again going through another part of the awakening, a part of the journey. And so this phase that I'm at right now, which it's crazy because if you can look back, even like a year ago from this time right now, like where were you a year ago? And then if you think back from that year, the year before that, where were you that year before? There's been so much growth in this short period of time. Once you start to awaken, the process of awakening, it speeds up so quickly. And, it's like a death and a rebirth of self over and over and over again. So within a whole year, I have died and come back to life many times. And so I'm only making this video right now for those of you that are on the journey and you're at this phase in the journey where the illusion is gone. The illusion has died. And when I say the illusion, I mean just that, the motivation, even like not like depressed, but just like this kind of like, well, what is the point of all this then? What is the point? Because the illusion had you waking up in the morning almost with a purpose. And the purpose, if you really, really dig deep into what the purpose wasn't self-serving. The purpose was to impress others. The purpose was to get somewhere so that, you could be seen by people or, have a lot of money. The purpose behind what you're doing kind of loses its purpose, And so I'm at this point in the journey where I'm kind of like, what does this all really mean, This whole awakening, what is this all about? Because I am definitely not who I was a year ago. And I look around me and I see actually how unhappy people really are and kind of how fake everything is. And so once you realize how fake everything is, everything, society, this whole life experience, we're living like a fake existence. So everything kind of loses its purpose, right? And so I've been, really connecting with my higher mind through all of this and understanding that this is a part of the journey. This is a very important part of the journey because at this stage, you are dying. The illusion is dying. My purpose behind putting my music out, to be heard, to be recognized, to get success, that purpose behind that music, that was the illusion. And now the illusion is dead. And so the motivation to put it out even has died. And it sounds like it could be a negative thing, but in actuality, everything needs to die and crumble in order for it to come back together and come to life. And this part of the journey is necessary, because now from this point on, when you do gather yourself, when you do go through this energy and you do come out at the end of the tunnel, the purpose behind what the purpose was in the beginning has changed. And so now you hold the power with the purpose, if that makes sense to you. I'll give you an example. With my music, I haven't put it out yet. It's been years in the making, and I've had so many people question me about my music for years. Well, what are you doing? When is it coming out? I have been working on it, but I haven't put anything out. I just wanted everything to be so perfect. I wanted it to be this, I wanted it to be that, because of the expectation, you know, from others, and this expectation of myself, right? That it has to be this and it has to be that. There's like a criteria to follow, right? Our human experience has a criteria to follow. Our human experience is going to have expectation and that's the illusion, right? Because we are souls living a human experience. So once the human experience, once you recognize that you can dead that, and as you die in your mortal experience, you become immortal. And the immortal of that would be me to put my music out for myself. Now that the illusion has died, now that this fear of what other people are going to say or think of it has died completely, because I don't care anymore. It's not that I really don't care. It's just that fear has died. That ego has died. So now when I do release it, it has a whole different purpose and meaning to it, because it's not for anybody else. Whereas before it was for others, and now it's solely for myself. It's solely to fulfill a part of myself, right? And in doing that, you are living the immortal experience. You're living for the soul. And so knowing all of this in my higher mind, I'm still in that energy, that dying phase at this moment. I know there's a lot of people out there that are experiencing this as well. It's like lethargic, unmotivated, almost like well, what's the point of all this mean? Like, you know, knowing in my higher mind what the point is. But, excuse me, feeling just kind of out of the loop. Like I don't want to be around people. I don't want to go to work, you know, unmotivated. And that's not like me. I'm a very motivated person. So I know some of you are connecting out there on this part of your journey. Just know that it is necessary for you in order for you to come into this immortal phase. Now you are dying as immortal, and you know, the restrictions of society, the restrictions of life as it is, as you've known your whole experience, is now dying, and you will now be able to live a full 5D experience. You'll be connected, you know, and living from your soul, living from your heart, and everything will just come back together and grow from that point on. So if you're in this crumbling phase right now, just know that it is necessary, and I totally understand what you're feeling. And I've been really, you know, working the muscle of my higher mind a lot. And, you know, it's kind of incredible. If you can test your manifestation skills, or even just test your intuition, you're really working on that. You'll see that the universe really comes through when you need it to. So I love you guys. And just know if you're experiencing a rough time right now, that it's necessary, and that I'm proud of you, and you need to honor every phase of the journey wherever you're at, no matter where you're at. If you're feeling low, just sit in that and, you know, work through those things, and it gets better. I promise you it gets better. I know it gets better. Love you guys.